Hello everybody, and welcome to a weekly reader-esque thing. It's going to be whatever the hell I want to call it. I don't know if it will be called Weekly Reader, but for now, it will be a weekly reader because there are many, and I know that. Or maybe it won't be a weekly reader. Maybe it'll be a bi-weekly reader. Maybe it'll be a monthly reader. I don't give a shit, because I'm going to do it whenever I feel like it. I'm going to talk about the books I read in the past week, the books I will read in the next week. There we go. And we'll see if I just so happen to feel like doing it again next week, then I will do it again next week. Because it is all my whim. I am a tyrant here. I do whatever the hell I want. I'm going to tell you exactly what's going to happen in this next week or so, because it is my whim, my choice, and that sounds about right. Yeah, sounds good. Anyways, it's also kind of letting you all know these are the videos that are going to be coming up in the next week or so. It's mostly that. So, let's start with God Eater. Finished this about a week ago, last Sunday. It is the 22nd right now, so I'll probably be uploading this a day later. This is such a good book. I'm going to talk a little bit about it, and not too much, because I want to focus all that in my review, which I will have in whenever the fuck I want it. You know what? Yeah, that's when it's going to happen. So, this Harold was just brilliant. I loved all the things it had to say on religion, on blind faith. Oh, man, this was such a good book. And look at this cover. So, originally, this is a cover by Felix Ortiz. And originally, I wasn't a very big fan of this cover. I liked the, I'm going to pull it out right now, the naked hardback more. But over time, the dust cover has really grown on me. I really do love I love both covers. They're both gorgeous in their own way. And I've even started, Chris from The Bearded Book Beast and I, are going to be doing a collab on talking about Harold and the novellas and our experiences with them. I actually don't know if I want to do a review of this. I take that back. I will. Maybe? Will I? I'm going to tell you by the end of this video, because it's going to loom over your head, it's going to make you question everything, and when I have made a decision, it's going to be a final decision. I'm not going to be making reviews on the novellas, because I absolutely do want to save that sort of content for the collab that I do with, God damn it, with Chris from Bearded Book Beast. It's going to be great, because I love this book so much. Easily, honestly, it was a 5-star book. I'd been reading it ever since I got the Kindle version, or not the Kindle version, the ebook version, back in March. I think that's when this book was supposed to get here a long time ago. But that's how it was. It was a great book. I loved it so much. I've been reading it slowly over the past few months and finally got around to focusing on it and finishing it. I loved it. So I'll have a full review on that now. Yeah, I've made a decision. Making a full review on this, and then with Chris, he's doing chronological order, I'm doing reverse chronological order, and we're going to talk about that in our collab. Anyways, book I read after that was Sundered Moon. Speaking of Sundered Moon, I'm going to be reading this book, or not reading this book with, we're done, I think. I think he's done. I don't know if he's done. He better have it done by Friday. This Friday, Chance and I, alongside the author Zammar Ahmer, whose channels will be in the description. Zammar also has a booktube channel. We will be doing a discussion. First half will be spoiler-free, second half will be spoiler-filled. Some of the things that happened in this book were shockingly dark. I didn't expect this book to get that dark, but it did, and I could also tell so much of the Abercrombie influence from everywhere. I could tell it was there. I could tell he loved Abercrombie, just in his prose and his writing style. It was a great book. I wouldn't say it's 5 stars. Let me think. I think I'd give it, like, if I had to go on a 5 out of 5-star rating system, it'd be like 3.5 or so. Just because I thought there was a battle sequence that was a bit too long. That's not his fault. I don't like long battle sequences. Period. End of story. It doesn't matter. And I think that was it. Otherwise, it was a solid book that I enjoyed. It didn't make me think, but I really enjoyed it. And because I can love a book, and I've said this before, but if I love a book but don't think, then it's still 4 stars. Actually, it's probably going to be 4.5 or 9 out of 10. But it's still an amazing book. But if it can't make me think, then it's not going to happen. Same if it makes me think, but I don't love it. And I really enjoyed this, but it didn't make me think. And I didn't love it. I really enjoyed it. So it's definitely like an 8 out of 10, 4 out of... Did I say 3.5? No, wait, yeah, 3.5 because of the long fight sequence. That it just didn't gel with me. And then, Fool's Quest! Oh, yeah, I read after that, Fool's Quest. What do I say? It's a Hobb book, it's a 5-star book. It made me think, it made me want to cry. It made me pour my heart out. Oh, it was so good. And I'm terrified because I have one more book. Yep. I had one criticism at the very start, and that was that what I really wanted to happen in this book just really Hobb took her sweet time to get to it. And it was... I don't mind it when you take your time for something, but it was like... It's this looming thing that's in the back of your head no matter what you're reading, and I really wanted something to progress in that plot line, and it took way too long to actually start moving, though I will say so many scenes in those first 200 chapters were like, I almost cried. It was so good! I mean, man... I'm so sad that I'm going to be finishing Hobb soon, but, when I finish Hobb, I'm just going to read more Hobb. I'm going to go back and I'm going to read more Hobb. I'm also going to try and read Megan Lindholm, which was her pseudonym, or is Megan Lindholm her real name and Robin Hobb her pseudonym? I really don't know. They're the same person, though. And after that, or during all that, I read second One Piece Omnibus. I'm not going to talk about it too much. I love One Piece. I thought that it's really nice to start taking my time with One Piece, because, I mean, you know, I watched all of One Piece in a month and a half. Yeah, I know, I'm crazy, shut up. I did skip all filler, and you can go watch that video if you feel like it. But, for One Piece, I had a great time. It is that series that I go to when I'm feeling down, when I'm feeling a little depressed. I just read One Piece, and it just brightens my day. I kind of wish I had the entire series, but it's gonna have to take time. Especially when I get into Alabasta. That's I don't know if I'll be able to contain myself after I reach that point. Anyways, I did think that the Kudo or the Syrup Village arc, which is the one with Usopp, was lackluster. It was boring, kind of. And then the Baratier arc started to get interesting. We got the Mihawk fight in this omnibus, which is one of my favorite fights. I'm spoiling things. I just started realizing that I was spoiling things. That shouldn't mean anything to any of you unless you get to that point in the story. So it should be fine. But I won't do it again, I promise. But I loved how the wider world was being introduced even more. Yeah, I know, I've read it before, or I've watched One Piece before, but let me talk about it again, okay? I loved seeing the wider world get introduced again, and see how insignificant our characters really are, and start seeing, oh yeah, this is the prologue, remember that! And some of the scenes, some of them still hit me in the feels no matter how... It doesn't matter how little it makes sense. One Piece just consistently hits me in the feels. And I don't know why. With Usopp's backstory, it's so simple and small, but it still hits me a little bit. It didn't make me cry or anything, but it hit me, and I felt goosebumps, and I'm like, God, it gets me. I love all the One Piece backstories. Anyways, after that, I started reading, I am currently reading Meditations by Marcus Aurelius. I haven't actually gotten into the meat of it. I've started a little thing that I want to read an academic book each month. I want to read a little bit of an academic book or a thought-provoking book, nonfiction or philosophy. This was specifically because I watched that one video by Jared Henderson. Amazing YouTuber, by the way. If you have not watched him, go watch him. Go subscribe to him. Because this guy is so thoughtful and he's so cool. I love his videos so much. It really, really, I'd love to talk to the guy one day because he has such good insights on the school system. God, all his videos are brilliant. I love them. His talks on the ebook problem, on the Kindle problem. Go watch the guy's videos. They're amazing. Anyways, I haven't actually gotten into the meat of this. I've only been reading the introduction where it's talking about, I think it's pathos or was it logos? Hold on. I gotta find this. I think it is logos. Hold on. Stoicism is an important... Oh, logos, yep. Logos is what the ancient Greeks thought kind of organized the world, which now it is a rhetoric. It's a rhetoric device. It is appeal to logic, which is very, very interesting. I think it's super interesting to read about that. And I cannot wait to get into the meat of this and see what it's really more about. I liked hearing about some of the history of Stoicism, and it's so interesting. I highly, highly recommend Meditations by Marcus Aurelius, especially if you're willing to just dive into this. I love analyzing this book. It's such a blast. I'm enjoying the hell out of it. And then I started Fury of the Gods. I'm gonna, after I finish recording this video, I'm going to continue reading Fury of the Gods. And after I'm done with reading it, I'm going to make an analysis on the trilogy. It will either be on discrimination and how that is represented in the trilogy, the different reactions to it by both sides of the persecutors and the persecuted, and it's going to be so interesting, I think. I love this series. This is one of the first adult fantasy series that I had ever read, and man, it's so good. I really do think it's great. I've gotten 20 pages in. The thing is, starting books are really hard for me. I don't know why, but it is what it is. And I need to catch up to the reading that I'm not quite caught up on yet. It's going to be easy, though, because I love this series, and I'm also kind of scared for it to end, but it is what it is. All things end. Even though, man, I don't want them to. And that's... Oh, actually, I do want to say one more thing. That the analysis video might be on family and how that is portrayed in this trilogy. I'm not quite sure if it will be, but it might be. Just because one of the things that really stuck out for me in those first two books was the not the representation, but the portrayal of Orca as a mother. And in this Viking world, in this, Nordic-inspired saga. It's so good. And that was the thing that stuck out for me throughout the entire trilogy. Or at least throughout the first two books. And I thought that if this book continues that theme of family. I might honestly not make a video on discrimination and just focus on family, because I really want to see how this third book specifically develops that theme of family. Why? Because right before the writing of this book, or actually right after the publication of the second book, I believe, John Gwynne, if you don't know, lost a child, lost his daughter. Harriet, I believe was her name. And in fact, this book is dedicated to her. Let me read out the... that's not where the dedication is. Hold on. There we go. For my family. For Harriet, loved beyond words. For Caroline, the air I breathe. For James, Ed, and Will, my beating heart. We have been through hell together. The bonds of love and family holding us up. That is a powerful dedication, and I love reading those dedications. And I can only imagine what he went through in order to write this book. I'm shocked he actually got to write it when he did. It was like 2 years after publication of Hunger of the Gods, and I expected it to take a little longer, and I was willing to wait a little longer. But once we got it revealed, I was like, hell yeah, let's go! But man, I'm so excited to read this book, and I don't have much more to say, but I'm going to make one of those 2 videos. And then after that, I'm going to read We Are the Dead, which is the book for the Reed Company, which is Jake, Chance, Chris, and me. It's going to be a blast. We're going to have a discussion on this in November, and then we're going to finish the trilogy over every other month. We're going to work on a book from this trilogy. It's going to be great. I cannot wait. It's going to be a blast, because if you have not if you have not watched my TBR video, I read that song, poem, whatever the hell it's supposed to be. Whoo! It's so good, and I cannot wait to jump into that. I know nothing about this book. I really know nothing about this book. Originally, I was not really interested, and I cannot wait to get into the book because that poem was so good. And yeah, that's all I have to say on that. Now, what have I been watching? I have been watching Dan to Dan, ReZero, and I think that's it. I want to... I'm not making promises on what I'm going to watch. I don't watch things that much anymore. I read, I write, I don't write that much. What do I do? That's a good question. I watch YouTube. I watch BookTube. That is what I do. And I do the stuff I need to do. I do homework and all the school stuff that you'd expect a student like me to do. But video plans are going to be... So for Bloodsworn Saga... Ah, no! That's my copy of Marcus Aurelius' Meditations! Video plans, TBR coming out maybe next week, I don't know, maybe this week, I'll figure it out. Review for Fool's Quest, review for Herald, and I'm not going to make a review on the Bloodsworn Saga, since I'd rather, if I have a full trilogy, I'd rather just... I don't want to do the last book in a trilogy and not give you guys the first 2, so I'm going to make an analysis of the entire trilogy, either on Parenthood or family. Specifically family, and I'm going to be editing my Berserk video, probably releasing that later this week or next week, we'll find out. And I think that's all I have to say, because definitely review for Fool's Quest, review for Age of the God Eater. That's pretty much it. I have no other plans that I can think of. TBR, not going to do a wrap-up for the month. I can't do them. I just can't. I can't bring myself to do it. And in the next week, I'm gonna start watching one of these 3 things. Or continue 2 of them, or start watching the other. Season 2 of The House of the Dragon, I know I need to watch that. I had been waiting for the season to finish so that I could actually binge watch it, and I just haven't gotten around to it. Number 2, possibly, I have a friend who has been hounding me to watch Breaking Bad. I know, I'm out of date. I need to watch Breaking Bad. Number 3 could possibly be Star Trek. I watched the first 2 or 3 episodes a while back with my old man, and I know that it will take forever to get through that series with him, so I'm probably just going to watch all of it, or at least the original, or maybe Next Generations. I'll figure it out. And yeah, those are my plans. I don't know about your plans, but those were mine. And I hope you all have a great day. That's about... Oh, wait, I'm going to let him announce that. There is a stream I will be on in the next week. I'm going to let him announce it, so... Hope you all have a great day, and see you all next time. I don't know what... Maybe I should... No, I won't. I was debating whether I should call you all curse words. But I won't. I'm going to be nice, okay? Anyways, I hope you all have a great day. Have some great reading. What are you reading? I would love to know that. I'll have a chat with you guys in the comments. So, have you read any of the books that I've just talked about? Are you going to join us on Friday for the stream with Zammar and Chance? Yes, if you've seen the thumbnail for that video, yes. That is Chance. Hush. Anyways, again, I hope you all have a great day. See you next time.